Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? I hope you are all in good health. Before I start this presentation, I will introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Zaini. I am a lecturer on campus Budi Utomo College of Economics in the city of Pontianak, West Kalimantan Province, Republic of Indonesia. Today, as the head of the research, I will explain about the role of financial management, behavior in mediating, the relationship between financial attitude and financial literacy, study of MSMEs using e-wallet in Pontianak City, Indonesia. This presentation will be divided into 5 stages, where the first stage will explain the background of this research. The second stage is about literature review. The third stage describes the research method used in this study. The fourth stage explains the result of the research. The last is conclusion and suggestion for future research. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will enter the first stage, which is about the background of the research. For introduction section, research gaps were found between financial attitude toward financial literacy, where the relationship between these two variables still tends to be weak. It should be logical that the better one's financial attitude, the higher the ability of one's financial literacy, which means that the relationship between the two variables should be very strong and close. This study tries to cover this research gap by trying to cover it by avoiding the use of a mediating variable with the name financial management behavior. A financial attitude is a person behavior in responding to every use of the money they have, especially when they are in a surplus position and deficit position. The ability to control oneself, to remain able to think logically and rationally is an important thing to do. Do not let the use and placement of money you have become inappropriate, namely by behaving extravagantly and placing it in investment into instruments that were high risk and unclear. Likewise, when we are in a deficit situation, every action we take to overcome any perceived financial problem must really on a logical and rational mindset in managing the remaining finances. For literature review section. In this literature review, the author will examine several research findings that the author considers important and relevant to be explained in this research. This empirical study will start with the finding of the lead research related to financial literacy, especially those related to gender. This finding is interesting and even raises a research gap because it turns out that men domain in the context of mastering financial literacy and investment compared to women. The result of his research are where women are more likely to have lower levels of financial literacy than men. Then the participation of female investor compared to male investor is very low. Women score lower on several financial literacy variables and are more dissatisfied financially. Men are more likely to have a higher level of financial literacy than women. The participation of female investor compared to male investor is very low. Men score higher on several financial literacy variables and are more satisfied financially. The tendency to do financial planning is more dominated by male respondents than female respondents. Men are more financial knowledge giver than women, but women are more positive than men in terms of financial behavior and financial attitude. Female students tend to display lower levels of personal financial literacy than male students because they have lower self-confidence and less interest in learning about personal finance. Male respondents have higher financial literacy than female respondents. Research for research method section. In this research, the writer used a quantitative research form. For the form of quantitative research, the author used a survey method with the form of an associative problem formulation and with a causal relationship model. This research used an exogenous variable with the name financial attitude. The endogenous variable is financial literacy and the mediating variable is financial management behavior. The sample selection used a non-probability sampling technique with a purposive sampling model using a measurement scale with a Likert scale with a data collection model in the form of a questionnaire. Place of research in Pontianak City. The research time is estimated in March, April, May, June, and July 2022. Based on the nature of the type of data this research, use quantitative data with survey method. Based on the measurement scale of this type of research data using interval data. Using parametric statistic, based on the search, this type of research data use primary data. The population is in this research is all MSMEs in Pontianak City. As many as 39,868,000 20,021 determination of the number of sample. The author used the formula of Isaac and Michael.
Okay, next I will explain about the result discussion of this research. As we can see in the research model, there are financial attitude as an independent variable, and also for financial management behavior as a mediation variable, and the last for the financial literacy as the dependent variable. As we can see in the research model result, the relationship between financial attitude to financial management behavior is significant influence, and also for FMB to FL is significant influence. Then FA to FL also have a significant influence. So all of the hypothesis is accepted. Then, as we can see in the table number 1, for R square in the model 1, it is 18.8%, but in the model 2, it has increased 41.7%. However, the R square figure is still in the moderate category. The reliability test in PLS use two methods. with composite reliability and Cronbach alpha. If a number of found between 0.7 to 0.9, then it is very good. For average variance extracted, it is said to be good if it has a value above 0.5. For the value of full collinearity, is said to be good if it has a value below the number 5. So as we can see in the slide, in the table number 1, all of the data so pass the test and also pass the latent variable coefficient. For the table number 2, for the hypothesis 1 and also hypothesis 2 and hypothesis 3, there are being accepted. The important hypothesis or the important relationship is related to the mediation between FA to FL from FMB. As we can see in the table number 2, the mediation is accepted. The correlation between financial attitude to financial literacy, full significant mediation from financial management behavior. But unfortunately, the category 4, the mediation is still partial type of the mediation because the correlation between FA to FL it's still significant, but the correlation between FMB to FL with FA to FL with FMB it's still significant again. It means the correlation between FA with FMB as a mediation to FL it's in partial mediation because FA to FL it's significant. So for the conclusion, in this research, financial management behavior variable can mediate significantly on the relationship between financial attitude and financial literacy. And it's included in the partial type of mediation because the relationship between financial attitude and financial literacy already has a significant influence before the financial management behavior variable is included. So this is for the thanks you notes slide. This research was funded by the Ministry of Education and Culture of the Republic of Indonesia, Institute for Higher Education Services Region 11 with contract number 143/L11/KM/2022 on 7 June 2022. So I think it's enough for the presentation result of this research with the title about the role of financial management behavior in mediating the relationship between financial attitude and financial literacy. Study of MSMEs using e-wallet in Pontianak City, Indonesia. Thank you very much for your attention and good morning. Goodbye.